Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Trevino. We're going to continue with the discussion that you started last week about community culture. Let's review what community culture is. All communities express culture through art, literature, and celebrations. People can belong to more than one culture. For example, your teacher and your classmates and you belong to your classroom culture. Your family that you live with, along with your aunts and your uncles, your cousins and your grandparents, belong to your family culture. And your family and all of your neighbors belong to your neighborhood culture. So you can belong to several cultures. Today, we're specifically going to talk about celebrations, and we're going to be talking about festivals that occur in and around Corpus Christi. The first festival that we're going to discuss is Buck Days, which is held in Corpus Christi on the Bayfront. The purpose of the Buccaneer Commission is to promote tradition and community pride by producing family entertainment that results in educational scholarships. While Buck Days is usually held in the spring, this year it has been rescheduled for November 19th through the 29th. During Buck Days, there are a variety of activities that you and your family can participate in, and I'm going to give you some examples. One of the activities is a carnival. Perhaps you've attended the Buck Days Carnival in the past. There are 2 parades. Here's an example of a float in one parade. And here's an example of a marching band in the children's parade. There's a pro rodeo, so here you can see a cowboy competing. And there's also a mutton busting contest for younger children. At the end of every evening, there's always several concerts that go on. So you can pick the kind of music that you would like to listen to and attend that concert. Here's a picture of just one from the past. There's always a Queen's contest. So here is one of the young ladies that participated in one of the past pageants. We also have something called the dunking of the mayor. The mayor will board this ship and they playfully dunk him or push him or her into the bay. And there are various cook-offs that take place. Here's a picture of just one kind of cook-off that occurs during Buck Days. The next celebration that we're going to discuss is Sandfest. Sandfest is the largest native sand sculpture competition in the U.S. It started out as just a small local competition in 1997, but it's grown into an internationally recognized 3-day event that draws famous sand sculptors to participate and thousands of visitors from around the world each year to Port Aransas, which is where it is held. The people who attend can look at the amazing sand sculptures. They can buy food, they can listen to music. There's kids' activities, there's shopping. There's all kinds of wonderful things that people can participate in. While it is usually held in April, this year it has been rescheduled for October 2nd through the 4th. And here are a few examples of what you could expect to see at Sandfest. Now, all of these are sand sculptures, so they're made of sand. Look at the detail. They're quite impressive. Can you believe that that's made of sand? It takes them days to create their sculptures. Look at the detail. And even back here. Imagine what they had to do to try and smooth the sand out. I thought you would enjoy this one. I bet you can tell it's an ice cream cone that is melting. And there you see how it's just on the shore, so it's very close to the water. And there you see some of the people as they're walking along, enjoying the different sand sculptures that have been created. Can you see the diver? You can see some of the things that he would see as he is underwater, exploring. Look how big this one is. Look at all the detail that they have going on here. The stairs. They even have a person. Look at the decoration around these arches that they created. Even around this arch, look at the detail work that's included. I thought you might enjoy this one. And this one, I didn't include the entire picture. I kind of blew it up just because I wanted you to see the amount of detail that they put into their sculptures. And the last festival that we're going to discuss today is WinFest. WinFest is held in Portland, Texas, and it's the largest annual event for the city of Portland. It's usually held in April, but it has also been rescheduled for the weekend of October 2nd through the 4th. It's a 3-day festival that has live music, carnival rides, games, a marketplace, and food of every variety. SandFest's mission is to give back to the community by raising funds for local charities and scholarships for high school students. Here are a few pictures that show what you can find at WinFest. So here you see one of the carnival rides. They have a talent show, and here someone entered their dancing pig. Here's a Dachshund, that's a kind of dog this is, for the Dachshund Dash, which is just a race of different Dachshunds that people own. And they also have a dog costume contest. So this Dachshund is already dressed in his costume. And one of the children's activities happens to be a petting zoo. You can see that she's having a great time. As you can see, festivals are full of choices. You can decide on which ones to attend, which rides you want to go on, what kind of food you want to eat, what kind of music you want to listen to, whether you want to shop for items from vendors, which are the people who have a booth and they sell things that they've made. You can decide which activities you want to participate in and what you want to watch. These festivals allow us an opportunity to not only practice our culture, but also give us an opportunity to learn about a culture that you might not be familiar with. This week's assignment is to draw a picture of the sculpture that you would create if you were to enter SandFest, and list at least 3 tools that you would need to use. Remember that you would be using sand, so think of what you might need to stack and carve designs into the sand. Happy creating!